Ever thought of visiting Maldives on a budget? Yes, it is possible. Welcome to the Maldives, a destination known for its lavish resorts and crystal-clear waters, often seen as a playground for the affluent. However, this common perception is a misconception. The Maldives can be surprisingly affordable, offering the same white sandy beaches and turquoise lagoons to budget travelers too. So put aside that notion that Maldives is only for the rich. Stay tuned to find out how you too can explore this tropical paradise without breaking the bank. Scene script. Planning is key to any successful budget trip. So where do we start? First and foremost, setting a budget. It's easy to get carried away with the idea of a dream vacation, but it's essential to be realistic about what you can afford. Dedicate time to calculate your travel costs, including flights, accommodation, meals, transportation, and activities. Remember, a well-planned budget will not only keep your finances in check, but also help you steer clear of unnecessary stress during your trip. Next, let's talk about timing. The Maldives is a year-round destination, but the prices can vary depending on the season. The peak tourist season is from November to April, when the weather is dry and sunny. However, if you don't mind a few showers, consider visiting during the shoulder season, between May and October. You'll find significantly lower prices and fewer crowds, which could make your trip even more enjoyable. Booking flights in advance is another crucial part of trip planning. Airfare can be one of the biggest expenses of your trip, so it's worth doing some research to find the best deals. Look out for airline sales and discounts. Consider flying on weekdays or during off-peak hours. And don't forget about budget airlines. Every dollar saved on flights is a dollar more to spend on your Maldives adventure. Accommodation is another area where you can save. While the Maldives is famous for its luxury resorts, there are plenty of affordable options too. Consider staying in local guest houses or budget hotels. These offer a more authentic experience and are often located on beautiful local islands where you can mingle with the locals and learn about their culture. Lastly, don't forget to explore. The Maldives is made up of over 1,000 islands, and each one has its own unique charm. So, don't limit yourself to just one island. Take advantage of local ferries and explore as much as you can. With the right planning, Maldives can be a budget-friendly destination. Now that we have our budget and accommodation sorted, how do we get around in Maldives on a budget? Traveling in the Maldives doesn't have to break the bank. There are numerous affordable transportation options to help you navigate through the islands. The key is to plan smart and use local modes of transport. Public ferries are your best friend when it comes to budget travel in the Maldives. They are the most economical and authentic way to island hop. They operate between the islands regularly, and a one-way ticket usually costs less than $2. However, it's important to note that the public ferry system doesn't operate on Fridays and the timing can be irregular. So, make sure to plan your itinerary around the ferry schedules. If you're in a hurry, speedboats are a faster alternative to public ferries. While they are slightly more expensive, they are still reasonably priced and offer a quicker way to reach your destination. You can share the ride with other travelers to split the cost, making it a more affordable option. For those looking to venture further out into the atolls, domestic flights provide an efficient way to travel. While this may be the priciest option among the three, it's still more affordable than private seaplanes. Plus, the views of the archipelago from above are simply breathtaking. If you're staying in a local island, you can also consider walking or renting a bicycle to explore around. It's cheap, healthy, and allows you to take in the local culture at your own pace. When it comes to transportation in the Maldives, it's all about balance. If you're on a strict budget, stick to public ferries and split speedboat costs whenever possible. If you can afford to splurge a little, domestic flights can save you a lot of time. Remember, traveling is not just about reaching a destination, but also about enjoying the journey. So take your time, soak in the views, and make the most of your Maldives adventure. Navigating through the Maldives doesn't have to be expensive if you plan it right. You might be wondering, what can we do in Maldives that won't cost a fortune? Well, let me assure you, there's a plethora of activities that can be enjoyed here without breaking the bank. First off, snorkeling. The Maldives is home to some of the world's most vibrant and diverse marine life. You don't need to splurge on expensive diving courses to experience this underwater spectacle. Snorkeling gear can be rented for a small fee, and many guest houses even offer it for free. Explore the coral reefs, dance with the colorful fish, and if you're lucky, you might even spot a sea turtle or two. Next, consider visiting the local islands. Unlike the high-end resort islands, local islands offer a glimpse into the true Maldivian way of life. Wander through the narrow streets, chat with the friendly locals, and soak in the laid-back island vibe. Most local islands are accessible by public ferry, which is a cost-effective way to travel. Another activity that's easy on the wallet is beach hopping. The Maldives is dotted with stunning beaches, each with its own unique charm. Some are known for their powdery white sand, others for their crystal clear waters, and yet others for their breathtaking sunsets. Pack a picnic, grab a good book, and you're set for a day of relaxation and sun-soaking. Last but not least, experiencing the local culture and cuisine is a must-do. Try the traditional Maldivian breakfast dish, mashuni, or indulge in freshly caught grilled fish for dinner. Visit a local tea shop or hota and taste the sweet, milky tea that's a staple in Maldivian culture. Many guest houses and local islands host cultural events where you can witness traditional music and dance performances. As you can see, there's plenty of affordable fun to be had in the Maldives. The country's natural beauty and rich culture offer endless opportunities for exploration and enjoyment, even for those traveling on a budget. So go ahead, pack your bags and start planning your dream Maldivian adventure today. Eating in Maldives doesn't have to be expensive. In fact, it can be quite affordable. Now let's get into the delicious details. Firstly, the local cafes are your best friend. These humble establishments, often family-owned, serve up hearty meals at a fraction of the cost you'd find at the high-end resorts or touristy restaurants. From fresh fish curry to roshi, a type of Maldivian flatbread, the local cafes offer a vast array of dishes that are not just budget-friendly but also lip-smackingly good. Next, let's talk about street food. This is where you'll find the real unfiltered flavors of Maldives. From the bustling food stalls in the markets of Malé to the quiet island corners, street food is plentiful and inexpensive. Try mashuni, a Maldivian breakfast staple made of shredded smoked fish, coconut and onions, or bahia, a fried pastry filled with fish, coconut and spices. Lastly, it's wise to avoid the touristy restaurants if you're mindful of your budget. These places often charge a premium for the ambience and location, and while the food might be good, it's rarely a good value. So, there you have it. Affordable and delectable, the food scene in Maldives is a treasure trove waiting to be explored. Eating like a local not only saves you money, but also gives you a taste of authentic Maldivian cuisine. Now, isn't that a delicious thought? So there you have it, a guide to exploring Maldives on a budget. Let's do a quick recap. Planning your trip well in advance is the first step. Remember, early bird gets the worm. Consider traveling during the off-peak season when prices are generally lower, and be flexible with your dates. This can make a world of difference to your budget. Transportation in the Maldives can be economical if you know where to look. Public ferries are a budget-friendly way to island hop. They might take a little longer, but you'll get to enjoy the scenic beauty of the Maldives at a leisurely pace. When it comes to activities, there are plenty of options that won't break the bank. Snorkeling, exploring local islands, visiting local markets, and even simply lounging on the beach can all be done on a shoestring budget. Remember, the beauty of the Maldives isn't just in its luxury resorts, it's in its natural splendor and local culture too. Eating on a budget is easier than you might think. Local cafes and markets are your best bet for delicious, affordable meals. Maldivian cuisine is a feast for your taste buds, and trying local dishes is part of the travel experience. Now, for some final tips. When shopping at local markets, don't be afraid to bargain. It's part of the culture and can save you some money. Drinking tap water is safe in the Maldives, so refill your bottle instead of buying bottled water. And lastly, be wary of tourist traps. They're usually overpriced and don't offer an authentic Maldivian experience. Remember, with the right planning and smart choices, a trip to the Maldives doesn't have to empty your wallet. Happy travels.